And turning to weather, much calmer out there today around
It is.
Mexico.
We do, though, still near Bernal. Big-time storm, 2 inches of rain just outside Santa Fe. Things are still going out there. And speaking of lightning, you just heard the story on it. Obviously, you take a look at this picture, and it's something the isotopes have to deal with and consider. Every time you've got storms in the area, they're always calling us saying, how close are those storms? What's going on? Because it's worth considering, obviously. And you see this shot, the lightning strike well to the north of the stadium. But John got this one for us, and impressive stuff, scary stuff as well. Pics at KRQE.com. Here's a look at what's going on with our storms. Strongest storm, no question, between Santa Fe and Las Vegas. As far as what's going on in Albuquerque, most of the stuff in the East Mountains is starting to die out at this point. We're just starting to develop a storm north of Rio Rancho and another one just outside Santa Fe. That's the one that dumped up to 2 inches of rain in some areas, especially just south of the Pecos. So some impressive stuff coming off the mountains. But as you can see, the overall volume of storms, not all that impressive with what we're dealing with for today. So things are going to kind of take a little bit of a downtick through tomorrow before it starts to change, and we'll talk about that in just 1 second. 70s, 80s, and 90s across the north for us right now. Farmington, the warm spot, closest to the high pressure, no surprise there. Down to the south, temperatures for the most part in the 90s around places like Deming and TRC, and the 80s and 70s across southeastern New Mexico. Here's the core of the high, right here over the four corners at this point, and what it does in this position is not allow a whole lot of moisture into the state. So we form a few storms over the mountains, and they go north to south across the state. That's pretty much going to be the deal for tomorrow as well. Then the high is going to start to move just a little bit. What the high is essentially going to do is slide a little bit to the south. Why is that important to us? Well, it's going to allow for another cold front over the weekend to go northeast to southwest across the state, recharging us with moisture. So once we add the heat of the day on Saturday and more appropriately on Sunday, we will crank up the thunderstorms once again. And into next week, we'll keep those scattered storms going. We're also going to have to deal with some gusty winds Saturday night into Sunday morning here in the Albuquerque area. You've seen it before. You get some storms and a cold front out to the east. It pushes that air right through the Tejeras Canyon. So we are going to have some gusty winds late Saturday into Sunday. Be prepared for that. As far as areas to worry about as we head into the weekend for most of the storms, well, northeastern New Mexico going to be the focus here. The east slopes of the Sangre de Cristos, northeast highlands and plains, strong thunderstorms. Some could be severe in this area. Central Mountain's going to see a pretty good round of storms, including the Sandias and Manzanos and the southeast plains as well. Some soaking rains. Already had some yesterday. Could see some more over the weekend. Scattered showers for the Albuquerque area and points to the west. But overall, definitely worth watching out for here Saturday into Sunday and maybe even Sunday afternoon as well. So we're staying active thunderstorm-wise, even though the monsoon flow is nowhere to be found. 89 Cuba tomorrow, 91 in Grants, 99 in Farmington. Across the north and east, temperatures here anywhere from the 70s in the high country, 90s, Tucumcari, Santa Rosa. Back toward the south and west, temperatures in the mid-90s around Lordsburg, high 90s around Deming, and over to the southeast. Low 90s for tomorrow. Better chance of storms late into the weekend. East Mountains, mid-80s for tomorrow. Low 90s, Estancia and Moriarty. A spot storm a possibility tomorrow. Better chance as we push into the weekend. Same deal in Albuquerque. We could see a quick one tomorrow afternoon, but watch yourself on Saturday afternoon and on Sunday afternoon. Better shot of rain then. Santa Fe spot storms over the next couple of days. More consistent stuff possible late in the weekend. And there's the Albuquerque forecast for you. And you can see the temperatures. We're hot the next couple of days, but as we crank up the moisture, we bring the temperatures down a little bit and bring in the scattered showers.
Always welcome those showers.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mark.